While a TNA TV deal hasn't actually been signed, the belief is that the company is in the final stages of a deal, and the agreement could be in the range of $10 million per year. If TNA was to get a deal like that, what it would mean for the company is significant. Also, talking about going live most of the time, not every week, but most of the time, TNA would be going live. There's also a big rumor that it is the CW network. TNA could be going to the CW network, and they already air NXT, a WWE program, which TNA has had a massive crossover with. And there's also a rumor that they're going to be going head to head with AEW's Dynamite. This is absolutely huge, and some people are against the idea that they're going to go compete head to head with Dynamite. I'm actually all for it because if they are going head to head with Dynamite, the WWE will embrace TNA even more because they want to take out AEW, and that means that they will be embraced more by the WWE to do that. Meaning they'll probably send bigger name stars, larger name stars over to TNA to help make sure TNA can compete with AEW. I mean, I think this means tremendous things. When you think of the talent that's in TNA, it's mostly young talent. We're talking about the X Division champion Elon Slater. He's the youngest X Division champion ever. Mike Santana, homegrown talent. Elon Slater, homegrown talent. When you think of what's going on in the knockout division, very young talent as well. The company is young across the board. Probably the youngest the company's ever been. Mike Santana just won the World Heavyweight Championship at Bound for Glory. The company is on fire with storytelling. Mike Santana's story to the championship was tremendous, and that was what will go into the television deal. And what we'll get is more of that. Elon Slater with Evans, NXT's Evans. Well, my dogs are going crazy. Will be tremendous too. Elon Slater and Evans had a great match at Bound for Glory. It got interrupted by Dark State, but it means that story will continue on past Bound for Glory and into Genesis, TNA Genesis, their next major pay-per-view. Everything is looking very, very tremendous for TNA going forward. Their television deal it's huge. Wrestling is huge right now. Wrestling is on a rise right now with the NWA on the Roku channel, with WWE going to ESPN with their biggest TV rights deal that they've ever had, and with TNA Wrestling on the verge of getting their biggest television deal that they've ever had. And mark my words, this will be bigger than when they were on Spike TV. And that, me saying that is, I know it's hard to grasp, but this will be bigger than when TNA was on Spike TV. This will be absolutely huge. And we're going to get a major, major growth in TNA. Wrestling is going to grow across the board. I look forward to what it means for TNA when they come out the other side, when WWE comes out the other side of the ESPN deal, because that deal won't last forever. And when they go back to the negotiating table, they might not get a deal worth as much money, but they'll be able to get a deal where they can be in more homes, where more people can access it, because it's quite expensive to be a WWE fan. I also think that's beneficial to TNA because WWE will be pricing fans out. It'll be too expensive, and they'll turn to alternatives like TNA. I know that's not what WWE wants to hear, but that's probably what's going to happen. So TNA has a great chance to gain more fans that just can't afford the WWE prices. They can't afford other entertainment forms like the UFC. That TNA can greatly benefit from being an affordable wrestling company and having star power from WWE and having great, great entertaining storylines and young up and comers that only TNA provides. Things like the Ultimate X, the X Division, and I just think that TNA brings a lot to the table that other wrestling companies don't bring to the table. Anyways, I got to tell you, I'm extremely, extremely excited about TNA and what Phil's saying. The negotiation, this is all supposed to be in play and on the table by 2016. All this is supposed to be on the table. So the first of the year, right out of the gate, we're going to see this. And probably when they're on Genesis. Also, TNA is going to take a downtime period where they're not. I know after Bound for Glory this Thursday, they're going to do a recap show for what happened at Bound for Glory, and they don't have any tapings scheduled. I think that's all because of the negotiations with this television deal, and they want to come out. There's also talk of recording at the Performance Center. I don't know if that's true or not, but they're talking about TNA recording at the Performance Center. So that would be a budget cutting to be able to afford going live. They might need to do something of that nature. I think that there's also a possibility that they could have another concrete impact zone like they used to have in Orlando, Florida, with South Stage 21. I think there's a possibility that TNA could get another hard, hard TNA location that they stay in and record many, many shows a year out of, especially Impact. Not the pay-per-views per se, but definitely Impact. Anyways, that's just my thoughts. I am super excited about what not just TNA, but what wrestling's future looks like in 2026. 2016. There we go. I got it. 2016. I'm excited about what wrestling looks like in 2016. And I'm excited. I think it means great things, not just for WWE, but for TNA and even the NWA because they're on Roku channel, and I'd like to see them step their game up. I have not been watching Roku recently. I know I talked about watching it. I did watch the first few episodes, but they didn't step their game up as far as production, which I was kind of disappointed in. But I think that there's still an opportunity to do that with the Roku channel because they're in a lot of homes with the Roku channel. I think they kind of missed the ball, their opening opportunity to come out while the iron was hot, but they didn't. But maybe they can improve on that. And I think many, many great things in professional wrestling are going to happen. I don't think it's a time to tune away. I think this is a time to tune in as TNA Wrestling. And, and I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the fact that WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia. I think it's very interesting that WWE is not going to do WrestleMania in America or in this North America. I think but it's a great opportunity for companies like AEW to come in and try to do a big show the same week and say, hey, look, we're going to provide a big show here in the United States for you. I think that could be a great opportunity for them to seize. I think wrestling is just going to blow up in 2016. I really do. I'm really excited, and I think the TV deal for TNA is going to be absolutely huge. I cannot stress this enough. I really can't. I'm Kent Jones. I'm signing off. Check out. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Check out everything I'm doing. Check out some of my other videos. I really would appreciate it. Like the video and subscribe to the channel.